Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Movie Dumpster's Fresh Picks. I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
And we're here, we're kicking it. This is a brand new format for the Fresh Picks. Now, I've done a bunch of stuff, solo stuff, which I might do some solo stuff in the interim, or maybe you will too, where we did some unboxing videos. I think I did the Gamera collection. I did the Friday 13th collection.
Yeah, and even though it wasn't technically a Fresh Picks, we put the Ecto Cooler drinking video in there.
So this is going to be the space where a few different things live, but mostly it's going to be pickups of movies or toys or games or paraphernalia that we want to show and talk about a little bit. And especially for the movies and stuff, there are going to be a lot of discs that we're not necessarily going to do full reviews for. So we want to talk about them in short and a little bit about the release itself, the packaging, the special features, all kinds of stuff like that. And then, of course, if we're talking about toys, that the same kind of thing.
Yeah. This will also be like kind of a space where we're going to have our interviews going forward, or anytime we have a guest on to talk about a film or something to that side. That's not like a regular review. We're going to kind of funnel them through the Fresh Picks line. Anything
related to new content that we've picked up or new content that's coming out that's in the independent community, the independent horror community, you're going to find here. You're going to find stuff from Lunch Meat VHS. You're going to find stuff from Tapes from the Crypt. You're going to find stuff from our filmmaker friends and their films and projects that they're working on. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. So, without further ado, let's get into, I guess, Episode 1 of Fresh Picks. No, we're not going to label it.
The reboot.
The reboot.
What did Mr. Lobo do? The reboot of the original?
The reboot of the original of the... Yeah. They're just going to be random. They're not going to have a number or anything. And if they're an interview-based thing, they'll be labeled as such. But yeah, so this pick is Invaluable from Synapse Films. Now, it's Invaluable, the true story of an epic artist. This is a documentary about Tom Sullivan. He is the makeup effects guy and artist for a lot of the stuff concerning Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead. And he worked on Evil Dead 2 and a little bit of Army of Darkness, but he is the effects guy
on that first one,
for Evil Dead, or Book of the Dead, Within the Woods even.
Yeah.
The precursor to Book of the Dead, Evil Dead.
Which they talk about on the documentary.
Which they talk about in the documentary. I just want to say, first of all, so this is from Synapse. You can pick this up right now at Synapse Films. They have the Blu-ray available. This does not drop on other platforms or places to buy it until August, I think.
Oh, wow.
So go to Synapse if you want to pick this up. And the disc is really nice. They teamed up with DiabolikDVD to do a slipcase. Jesse over at DiabolikDVD, to do a slipcase that you hate.
I mean, they're cool. I throw them out.
Yeah, so you got like the Book of the Dead page on the back there.
Oh, that is cool.
And you got the artwork on the front. Don't you touch that.
It's not mine. I'm not going to throw it out.
And then I think there might be... and then there's reversible art, too, with Bruce Campbell playing the...
that's kind of cool. It doesn't
the tape recorder.
Really make sense once you watch the documentary, but it's a cool picture.
It's where the story of Evil Dead begins. And then, of course, we got the disc art here, which is the original poster that Tom had painted for the release of Evil Dead when it was Book of the Dead. So that's kind of cool. So the packaging is fantastic. Synapse always does a good job, and of course you got your sweet slipcase there. So this movie was actually shot in 2014, or it came out in 2014. I'm not sure if it came. I think it might have come out on DVD or something else. But Ryan Mead is the director of this, and he basically put together footage since like 2000. I think
he definitely goes a little further back in a couple spots, but yeah, that sounds about right.
I think his particular footage is 2000 to 2014-ish, and then he has archival stuff like Japanese interviews and things like that. So basically, it's the story of Tom Sullivan's work on Evil Dead and what Tom Sullivan meant to the Evil Dead project, and how he was really a life's blood portion of Evil Dead. And Evil Dead would not be Evil Dead without Tom Sullivan.
Which he does talk about often, but, they even show, like, his drawings. It was kind of interesting, like, how they got the Deadites to where they ended up being, where it's like, Tom had an idea in his head based off what Sam was saying, and it was like, they're not supposed to look like birds. They got to be, like, dead.
Sam hated it all.
Yeah, it was interesting.
So it was Well, we'll let you watch.
Yeah, no, I don't. That's just a little nugget.
Yeah.
My apologies.
No, you're good, but like it goes through Tom's whole life from when he was a kid to Within the Woods and Evil Dead and the projects before that. How he met Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell and Ted and Rob Tapert, and how he met his wife. And it literally goes from the beginning to the end throughout Evil Dead, and then into Evil Dead 2, and then unfortunately the loss of his wife and things like that. So it's a very powerful documentary. I will say though, be forewarned, this is not a super polished documentary. It is amateurish, but it's an important movie, right? So there's a lot of different aspect ratio changes, different film changes and video changes. The audio is not always great. It's kind of a patchwork of
different interviews.
Yeah, it's like a patchwork of instances, right?
Yeah.
From all the way from conventions to shooting people at home and all these different kinds of interviews everywhere, because they have Bruce Campbell's in it, and the Ladies of Evil Dead, Ellen Sandways and Betsy Baker and what's her face?
You're asking the wrong person. Everybody that was in the original movie pretty much appears. Because a lot of this was
Teresa Tilly. I always forget her name.
Because he filmed a lot of this at conventions or
and
people's
Hal Delrich,
houses.
Yeah, Hal Delrich is in it too. It's really, they go to the shooting locations of Evil Dead. I thought that was pretty fucking incredible. It was cool to see, and you could see that it was a great time in Tom's life, and it meant a lot to him. I mean,
everybody talked him up.
Yeah,
that he was kind of there. He was protecting like the girls. They kept saying that with the makeup, because they talk about how he learned how to do what he was doing on the film. And I will say it was a little dry for me personally.
Okay,
but the information is, like you said, it's. I'm very glad that it's out there. And that this guy was able to kind of tell his story, and you get those little nuggets here and there throughout the documentary about how did they do this in Evil Dead, or how did they think that up? There's stuff like that throughout, but yeah, it definitely is a lot about like you just said, kind of okay, his life in association of when he was working on those films.
Yeah, and you see all the props and stuff that he made, and what's surviving, what's not.
He still has some.
It's really
of it.
cool, and he worked on the Call of Cthulhu game series, which I had no idea that he did all of that artwork. But yeah, it's a great buy, and Tom truly is invaluable. TM. Hop over to Synapse, pick it up if you're a fan of Evil Dead or special effects work or both. I think it's a good story that needs to be heard, and I think it's great. I think it's great. It's an essential piece of Evil Dead history, in terms of the lineage.
Well, yeah,
and
to get all those pieces together.
Yeah, to put all the pieces, all the pages of the Necronomicon put
together,
which he did build. So yeah, definitely check it out. But we got a couple other things real quick on Fresh Picks. So I had to grab this. Okay, this is our friend.
You finally found the one he dropped.
Yes, I found our friend Psycho Street Bum had just put this out, and it's called Mr. West. I suggest you get yourself a pen. And he finally got it.
That's pretty genius. I love that guy.
I had to have it. It was hilarious. He also did a Suzanne from Night of the Demons called "I Just Want to Look Good for the Boys," and it's a lipstick.
Yeah.
So definitely go grab that. They're super limited. I think they're very cheap. I think it's like $20.
Okay.
And this is all his original artwork on here, and it's incredible. He's got all kinds of good stuff on his website. Go check it out. Psycho Street Bum. I don't know if he has any more of these or any more Suzannes, but go buy them up because they're really fun. I had to have this.
It's got to go on the wall.
It's got to go on the wall. So that's one thing. This is not new, but it's new for me.
Oh Christ!
My buddy Tony Salamone and Dan Kinham always do big VHS cleanouts, and they sell all the stuff on the VHS groups. So this one I had to snag. It's a Korean Monster in the Closet VHS.
You got the professor on
and
there.
And the professor's right on there. Paul Walker himself.
Is he got a Kit Kat bar or a Crunch bar?
Yeah.
Is he? Oh, I thought he actually did for a second.
I had to grab it though because I just thought that was so cool. I don't think I have any. I have a bunch of Japanese tapes. I don't have any Korean tapes, and especially it's Monster in the Closet. So I had to grab. It's an MDU classic, folks. Had to grab that one.
Definitely important to the timeline.
This last one was something that I've been waiting for a long time to come out, and I finally found one at my Target, and it's the ultimate ALF. Right there. And he comes with all kinds of cool stuff. This is from N.E.C.A, by the way.
He's got a baguette?
He's got
the hell is that?
He's got popcorn. He's got a baguette. He's got a Pepsi Cola.
He's got sunglasses.
He's got the little radio from the Tanner's garage. He's got a cat and a sandwich. He's got a little picture of his mom there. And
mom
comes with a bunch of stuff.
He's got Gilligan in there anywhere?
I don't know. He comes with shirts and stuff. Oh, Gilligan, yeah. He comes with a shirt, I think a TV. There's all kinds of stuff in here.
Okay.
I was so psyched to finally grab this, so I'm going to be opening them up. And usually what I would do on a Fresh Picks, if it was dedicated to one item, I'd probably take it out, but we're not going to do that. But some really good stuff, I think.
I didn't necessarily bring anything, but I wanted to be included in some capacity, so I guess check out Graveyard Classics if you like this Jesus Wep shirt. It's pretty awesome.
Graveyard Classic has some good stuff, man. That's where I got my Rawhead Rex shirt.
There you go.
So that's some really cool.
There's my contribution of Fresh Picks. I will try to find something for the next episode.
It's the first one, and
I'll bring one of those sleeves you love so much.
Oh, beautiful! And you don't actually have to bring anything if you don't want to. We're just talking about it.
I know.
So yeah. So that's our Fresh Picks, the return of Fresh Picks. So expect more stuff like that, like we said in the beginning. Interviews, lots of movies in the indie community, and again, like I said, releases from independent artists and stuff like that. So we want to kind of highlight that and just see what's cooking and talk about things that we wouldn't necessarily do on a full episode either.
Sure.
So it's a little nugget for you. So we hope you enjoyed this Fresh Picks, and we will catch you on the next one.